Okay, so let's talk about this headline. Future of wealth is on-chain. Today, we're doing a deep dive into something called Squares.
That's right. It's a new blockchain, and its token, SQRS, is, well, it's currently trading for less than 2 cents.
Less than 2 cents. Wow. Okay, so definitely potential ground floor stuff, maybe. What's the big idea here?
Well, think about Ethereum,
Yes.
how it brought smart contracts, logic to the blockchain.
Yeah, programmable money, basically.
Exactly. Squares wants to do something similar, but for real-world assets, like putting actual tangible stuff on the chain.
Okay, interesting. So our mission today is to figure out, is this really something groundbreaking for investors looking ahead?
Precisely. What makes Squares potentially different? It's expanding on that Ethereum vision, but embedding the real-world assets directly.
And we are seeing this trend, right? Institutions tokenizing assets. So where does Squares fit in all that?
It fits right in the middle. They're positioning themselves essentially as a core infrastructure for this, and they've built this thing called the RWX blockchain.
RWX blockchain. Okay, is it just an idea or?
No, it's fully developed. It's live. Pope is built just for these tokenized real-world assets, or RWAs.
Got it. Now I hear terms like asset-related versus asset-backed. Can we break that down? Why does that matter?
Yeah, that's crucial. So asset-backed, think of that like buying a share in something that holds the asset. It's indirect.
Okay, like an ETF or something.
Sort of, yeah. But Squares is doing asset-related. The token itself represents direct fractional ownership of the actual underlying asset.
Direct ownership. How does that work?
Through self-executing contracts on the chain. It gives you, the owner, more direct control. We're talking full legal and financial utility, verifiable on the blockchain, no middlemen managing it for you.
So I'm not just getting like exposure. I actually own a piece of the building or the art digitally.
That's the idea, exactly. And because it's on-chain.
Peer-to-peer trading.
Yes,
Okay.
embedded right in.
Yeah.
You can trade directly with anyone, globally, instantly, no need for traditional exchanges or brokers for that specific asset.
Wow, okay. That cuts out a lot of friction. But regulation, always the big elephant in the room with crypto.
Right. And this is actually a strong point for Squares, surprisingly. They secured a classification from BaFin, the German regulator.
BaFin. Okay, what did they say?
They confirmed Squares falls outside the scope of MiCA and KWG. That's significant regulatory clarity, especially in Europe. Gives them a stable legal footing.
That kind of clarity is huge. Definitely a game changer early on. So back to the SQRS token, the one under 2 cents. What's its job?
It's the fuel, the gas for the RWX blockchain. Every transaction, every operation needs SQRS. Plus, you can stake it to help secure the network.
So it underpins the whole system's economics.
Exactly. And the thinking is, as more assets get tokenized and traded on RWX, the demand for SQRS tokens to, facilitate all that activity should naturally go up.
Makes sense. Is this just theoretical, though? Is anyone actually using this RWX blockchain yet?
Oh, yeah. It's not just theory. They've already structured over 280 million worth of tokenizations on the live network.
Wait, 280 million euros? Already? What kind of assets?
Things like commercial real estate, fine art, even some innovative digital currency models, real value already on the chain. And, there are whispers of more big launches coming.
That's serious traction already. 280 million isn't nothing. How does it connect to, like, Ethereum or other big chains? Does it live in its own little world?
Good question. No, they have this feature called mirroring. It allows the assets tokenized on RWX to be represented or mirrored onto other major chains.
Like Ethereum, Polygon, Solana?
Yep, exactly those. So you can tap into the liquidity in the ecosystems already built there to ensure scalability and interoperability.
Okay, let me try and wrap my head around this. We've got a live specialized blockchain for real assets, direct ownership, built-in trading, some key regulatory clarity, real money already flowing, all powered by this SQRS token that's currently, well, very cheap.
That sums it up pretty well. They've essentially built the infrastructure, the rails, for potentially the next financial era, making real-world value programmable, liquid, global.
You mentioned Ethereum brought logic to value.
Right. And maybe Squares brings reality to code. That's kind of the parallel.
Yeah.
And SQRS is the key to participating in that.
So for you listening, think about this. SQRS under 2 cents. Is this just another token, or is it an early ticket to owning real things, property, art, whatever, directly on-chain? Own what's real, own it on-chain. Maybe own it early with SQRS.
It really boils down to this question you should ask yourself. We know tokenization of real assets is happening. It's inevitable. Could Squares be the platform that truly unlocks it for everyday people? And is SquareS your entry point to that potential new reality? Something to really consider.